Hello, I'm Michaela and this is my August wrap up and September TBR. First thing that I managed to read in August was All Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and this one was just okay. I didn't think it was fantastic, but because a lot of people, it does get a lot of hype on BookTube, but I didn't really care for that hype. Second thing I managed to read, I don't have a copy of at the moment because my sister has the copy, and that is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And with this one, I think I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. It was okay, but it wasn't like the first original series, which is not so much disappointing. It's just not the same. It could have been better, but it did feel very fanfiction-y. And I think I've got the review up on the channel, so I'll try and link that down below. The next thing I read was David Mitchell, Thinking About It Only Makes It Worse, and Other Lessons from Modern Life. And this is a collection of articles that he's written for the newspaper that he writes for. And although I see some of the humour in the writing from his articles, I didn't care for the book. And I'd only recommend it for people who are interested in his column and in the newspaper. I can't remember which newspaper he works for, but only if you're interested in that. Otherwise this is just going to be very disappointing for you. The next book I read was Emily, a short story by Maya Good, and this one was absolutely fantastic. And it's about a little boy and girl who find a baby sister that they didn't know existed, and that's all I'm going to say about that one. And I gave it 5 stars because it could have easily been an actual novel within itself, and I think that's how some things can start out as short stories and eventually work their way out and spread. And it was absolutely fantastic, and I can definitely recommend that book. The next thing that I read was The Carnivorous Carnival, which is the 9th book in a series of unfortunate events, and this book got 4 stars on Goodreads. It was good, but it wasn't the same kind of style as the rest, which is obviously repetitive, but as a kid's book it's as good as it's gonna get. The next thing that I read was issue 30 of The Walking Dead, and I don't have a copy of this, but I think I gave that 5 stars on Goodreads as well, because it was as good as the previous ones I've read. And the next book that I have is A Web of Lies by Bella Forrest, part of a Shade of Vampire series, and I think I gave this one 3 stars, because with some new characters being involved, I found it a little bit confusing as to who was who, and reminded myself of that, but the plot and everything was there. It was just a matter of reminding myself of who these people are. The next thing that I read was a free comic from the Star Wars collection, and I didn't really care for this one, and I think I just gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. Next thing that I read was A Touch of Truth, also by Bella Forrest, and I preferred this one to the previous one because it made more sense, and the plot was just as good, and I can definitely recommend if you like some vampire stuff like I do that isn't Twilight, because I didn't like Twilight. The last thing I managed to read was Sophie Kinsella's A Shopaholic on Honeymoon, and this I didn't really like. I think I gave it 1 or 2 stars on Goodreads, but I think it's because I don't really know Sophie Kinsella's work very well, and I'm not used to her writing, and it's just not great. But I think if I gave her a proper chance, I'd probably like it. And sorry for reading so much on my Kindle, but last month was very much a Kindle month, and at the moment I am currently reading Begonia by Maria Headley, and so far it's pretty good and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm almost halfway through and it's pretty good. So in September I plan to read 3 things apart from finish Magonia, and the first one is 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnston, and I think this is a retelling of Arabian Nights or something, and I just hope to see what this one's like because I have seen this one floating around online. And the next one I was planning to read in September but didn't get around to it, and that was Deception Point by Dan Brown, because I've read all of his Robert Langdon work but not the other 2 that he's written, so I'm going to see if I can try them out and enjoy them just as much. And the next one is a new release, and that is The Woman in Cabin Number 10 by Ruth Way. And I have read In a Dark Dark Wood by the same author, which was her first novel, and loved it. So I'm going to see if this one's just as good or it's just going to be a massive disappointment, which I hope it's not going to be. And I hope to find out what you're going to read, and hope you've enjoyed the video today, and thanks for watching.